we need to have a conversation. Today I mentioned on my WhatsApp status, because normally when I do my little pop-ups at work, I don't post it publicly because that's my workspace, right? But as I have journeyed through this sabbatical period, the Holy Spirit downloaded a lot of things. And when the Holy Spirit shows you who you are, it's also for you to also show other people. Don't fall into the same trap, right? And so I remember I used to go through very frequent, I wouldn't say breakups, rejection, betrayal. And the Holy Spirit always cautioned me to be quiet, to be still, and don't speak too much about what is happening to you. So I tried to do that, right? But I realized one thing, that I felt when I used to regurgitate the hurts and what I've been through and what persons have done to me, I realized I really came under attack. And most times these persons were men of God, point blank, right? And so today, the Holy Spirit said, you have to remind people that, yes, you pray certain prayers, and we love the Psalm 109, and we love the back to sender prayers. But at the end of the day, sometimes we are the persons who we're the problem. We are the problem, because we always talk about every witch coven, every warlock, every witch, any witchcraft that is happening. We are trying to cut it down and trample upon it. We are cut and clear. But the Holy Spirit reminded me today that some of us, we became the witch that we're trying to really kill. Our mouths made us become like a witch, because people think that witchcraft is about your spells, your potions, and going to an Obeahman or to do hoodoo, as some people know it. It's not about that. Sometimes we try to manipulate the situation because we are hurt. We think that God should hurt the persons who hurt us, but then we don't understand that they are still men and women of God who God also has his hand on. God have his hand on his specific servants. So when you realize that a season has ended, we're so disgraceful. Is that a word? We don't have nothing called grace. We don't know how to exit seasons gracefully. And so instead of saying, okay, I learned A, B, and C from this relationship, I'm gonna take the lessons and move on and try to do better next time. No, we're not like that. What we do, we sit, we gossip. Yes, we gossip even when you're in your little friend groups, your little cliques, and the one person becomes a common enemy. You are gossiping. And that is one thing the Holy Spirit taught me, that we have to be careful, because when we do that and we start to sow seeds, those seeds eventually are planted and they start to bear fruit, and they grow to be trees and plants and whatever bushes that they grow to be. But then it produces a fruit, and then you have to now reap that harvest because of what we spoke out of our mouths concerning the persons who God has called and who he has his hand on. So I'm just here to remind us, be careful. Be careful. Because I had a very intense a season ended with someone who was put over me, because the Lord said it was time. But how it was handled, I had to go back and apologize. And a lot of us are operating in rebellion, and we fail to apologize for the things that we say and do, because then when we don't do that, we are kept stagnant, and we don't know why we're stagnant. And some of the reasons why we're stagnant is how we have treated past seasons, how we treated people. And there's nothing wrong when a season ends, because we're not here for a lifetime. Everybody in your life is not here for a lifetime. So it's up for us now to understand, say, look here, the season end. I'm glad we came to this point, but don't, at the end of the day, treat people as if they are now unworthy of the call upon their lives. They are not. God still has a plan for them. God still has a purpose for them. And God still is going to use them because they are put on earth to carry out the purposes that He needs to be carried out in the earth. And so I just want to leave that with you guys today. That just be careful. Be careful. Please, I beg you.